Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to let it run for 30 minutes. And then, of course, we come here and check this box. It ran for 30 minutes. We're going to initial. And I usually run a line all the way down and then initial again down here. And then pump suction pressure, which should be 0. Is that 0? Yeah, that's 0. Pump discharge is going to be anywhere from 140 to 160. You can read it off the gauge over by the jockey pump way in the back. So I was getting 159 PSI. RPM. So the max RPM on this unit is 1790. The min should be like 1710. It will vary it from time to time and depending on the temperature outside. This last time I seen 1780, which is pretty normal. Oil pressure should conform to manufacturer specs. There's really no way to read the oil pressure. I don't think there's an oil pressure gauge on the side. The gauge is messed up. There is oil pressure, otherwise our generator wouldn't be running. Cool water supply for the heat exchange, yes. So that's that video where I show you got to check the two pipes. So the right pipe should be cold, the left pipe should be warm. That means it's moving it through the exchanger, and we're good. So this is the amperage reading off of the chargers. So there's an A and a B, so you should have A and B, and you can read it off there. Usually it should be between 1 and 5 amps, sometimes higher if you've been starting or working, if they're doing like PMs on the generator or something and starting it a bunch of times, can be higher. So I had 3 and 2 amps. Batteries charging satisfactory. Yes, it was. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 2 and 3 amps up there. Fuel tank. You're going to have to take the ladder that's over to the right on the bottom, and you're going to have to put it up on the tank and check the gauge up top. Yes, it was above 3/4 of a tank. If it is not, you need to notify Janelle, and she will get somebody out here to fill the tank. Check oil dipstick to make sure level of oil is at a correct OK mark. If not, add oil. We did not have to add. It was good. If you do add oil, put the generalized amount what you added and where the dipstick was at. Cooling system temperature. When I take a temperature reading every time on the water block. I got 109 Fahrenheit. Fire pump automatic start. It started at 80 psi for me. And how you read this is when you go and open up the valve that I showed you in the video to start the thing. You need to be paying attention to the sight glass right there. It's seeing how low the pressure drops. So it should be at like 140, 150, and it'll drop down, and whatever that drops down to is what you put right here. All right, so of course at the top of our page we want Donges Bay. The date is 5/19/25. Alright, so we're going to flip the page over, and the jockey pump comes on at, it should cut in at 95 and cut off at 80. It did, and if we take a look at what we put on here before, it was coming on at like 140, but that's because the pressure was dropped significantly because we're doing a pump run. So the next one should be like 156. Are the glands significantly tight? Yes. Did this pump start on with an automatic pressure drop? That means where you open up the valve over by the control box. Yes, it did. Are the batteries connections free of corrosion and tight? Yes, they are. You should check this every time. Did the diesel start automatically on A and B batteries when tested? So I didn't test both. It just started on A. I did not do B. Antifreeze adequate in cooling system. We don't have antifreeze because we have a water jacket that uses pond water to cool this unit. So we're just not going to answer that. Running pump and pump off alarm test satisfactory. So this is where you, after you're done, you have to call the monitoring center and you have to ask them 3 questions. Did they receive an alarm? And they'll say yes, usually. Did they receive a trouble? They'll say yes. And then did they see a clear? Did it clear the system? If all 3 of these are good, you come here, mark yes, and then you're good to go. off to the races. Was the pump left on fully automatic at automatic starting mode at the end of the test? And is the green light on? The green light on thing, the lights are screwed up on this thing. There are no lights, but I did, you want to make sure you leave it on auto. And yes, you could do manual testing where you put it on manual crank 1, crank it, wait, and you have to wait 15 to 20 seconds before you crank the diesel again. If you ever have problems where it doesn't start, always wait 15 to 30 seconds before you try to restart the generator, or sorry, the fire pump, diesel fire pump. At the bottom, you're going to put, the person that inspected it by. This is not your signature. This is your full name, and it has to be legible. And then date. So we got what is the date today? 5/19/25. If there's any weird issues with oil, the pump's not starting, you put the notes here, and of course contact Janelle right away, and she'll know to tell you who to give a call to get things fixed.